And we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Let me check my volume. Check, check, check. All right, we're up and running. Kayla C1, thank you for being here. Says up, up, up. Hope all is well. And I miss hearing your morning thoughts yesterday. Yes, there was no morning thoughts yesterday. Chris Royal, thank you for being here. Lion Tribe, thank you for being here. Jervon Myers, Jamaican One Love, and Darlene Walter Riley, thank you all for being here this morning. For those who come in every morning or tune in regularly, you notice that there wasn't no morning thoughts yesterday morning. All right, real life took place, right? So this morning we got a couple of things to talk about. I'm going to keep it fun and light because I still don't feel 100% up and don't really want to take on any heavy topics. So one of the things we're going to do this morning is I'm going to go through my phone and talk about some things that I saved online that I wanted to talk about. So Instagram where I got this morning. It's going to be fun. It's going to be cool. Anyhow, I was sick. I wasn't feeling too good. So I woke up Saturday morning. And usually I'm in tune with my body and thing. So I woke up Saturday morning and I noticed I had a runny nose in my sleep. Woke up with no snot just running down. So I thought this don't look good. So I went and drank my tea, eat breakfast, took my vitamins, up my vitamin intake, all this stuff, trying to take my precautions with my herbal tea and my vitamins and stuff. That was Saturday morning. Sunday morning now, I see my daughter, my 6-year-old, ran out of her room, ran to the bathroom with her hands over her mouth like this. So I said, is she throwing up? Didn't pay it no mind. Turns out she was throwing up. So she started throwing up Sunday morning. I'm still feeling fine. She started throwing up Sunday morning. Then she tell her mom her belly is hurting her. She's throwing up and she has a headache and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm thinking, oh man, I'm about to be sick, or the whole household is about to be sick. Because the first thing I thought is Corona. That's what's going around. And you can't help it. Right now, everybody is paranoid, just like I'm paranoid when it comes to my health. So if you see anything happening to you right now, you're probably going to think the first thing is, I hope I didn't catch Corona. Nobody wants to catch COVID. And I thought that's what it was. Anyway, her mom came, picked her up, took her to the doctors, took her to the hospital on Sunday, took her to the hospital. They checked her into a room at the hospital, tested her, put her on IV, all this stuff. She's still throwing up diarrhea. It turns out she had a stomach bug. Right after I spoke to her at the hospital, I started feeling like, it was instantly, I started feeling like I could hear my belly. It's a freaky thing to hear your belly operating on the outside. Like, I said, this don't feel good. Next thing I went to the bathroom. You don't know already. Graphic in my description. I said, what in the is this? Nose start running, diarrhea. Later on in the evening, this was like getting ready to go to bed. Diarrhea, more diarrhea, and this time diarrhea and vomiting. So you picture me using the toilet from both ends, because after I'm done diarrhea at the toilet, I had to turn around and vomit up the toilet, and I was really feeling ill. And I'm thinking to myself, yes, this is it. You got it. That's another thing. Jessica Rabbit, not Jessica Rabbit. Somebody just said, I ate out. Yes, it's Jessica Rabbit. I ate out and felt the same way. The last time I felt that way was years ago. I went to a Chinese restaurant and I was eating. So I ordered some food from there and went home, and the whole family got sick. And it's the same feeling, but it's Corona time, so I'm not thinking food poisoning. Plus, I didn't eat out anywhere. I ate at home. So I'm paranoid. I'm thinking it's Corona or COVID. Anyhow, I'm in there and it lasted till the next day. So come Monday morning yesterday, why you didn't see a live is because of that. It lasted all night into Monday morning. And come Monday morning, I'm up and I'm telling myself, the show must go on soul flow, go do morning thoughts, because people going out to work. And I really, truly respect you people that show up for these morning thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And if you see me don't do the morning thoughts and I'm telling you it's because I was sick, it's because I was really, really sick. I respect the fact that you could tune into a billion different places on your way to work in the morning, but you tune in here. So I thought to myself, come on, man, get up. The show must go on. Go do the show. I was doing so bad, I could not do the show. I could not do the show. You would have been able to tell. Right now, I look even better because getting sick like that plus lack of sleep, my muscles hurt. I threw up and had diarrhea so long and so bad. I started thinking to myself, there is no way that much food is inside of me because I didn't eat that much, because it's coming out all ways and it can't done come out. So that tell me also that I need a washout, right? Because if more than what I ate for that day is coming out of me, then I need a washout. And I always encourage people to do that too. Go do a washout. It amazes me when I meet grown people in their 30s and 40s, hell, in their 60s, and they say stuff like they never had a washout. What's that? And I say, you never had a purge. You never had a cleanse. You never did a washout. No. That explains it. You're a man and your belly look like you're 6 months pregnant. That explains it. Start there. Get a washout. So stuff is staying inside of me. I don't know, messed up my gut flora, messed up my stomach, and probably that combined with lack of sleep lowered my immune system. A colon cleanse, very important, lowered my immune system to the point where I caught whatever this bug was. The funny thing is, right, my daughters, me and my two daughters were the only ones who caught it. So yes, the baby caught it too. And we're here paranoid because the baby actually started earlier during the day after her sister went to the hospital. So my older daughter went to the hospital. She's 6. The baby, her younger sister, Milani, who is 6 months, started projectile vomiting and throwing up. And me and Brains, I sit here and she's like, I said, babe, she's saying, babe, we're going to have to go to the hospital if this continues. So we're paranoid now. We're watching the baby. Even buy a bottle of wine. And we thought, yeah, we're going to have a relaxed evening, you know, bed the kids down, have a bottle of wine, a glass of wine, whatever. None of that never happened. Up till now, the bottle of wine don't open. It's sitting there because we never got around to that. It turned out to vomiting. The baby is vomiting. We're paranoid. She's crying and vomiting and waking up and sleeping and waking up. And then my own started. And when mine started, it was a wrap. It was over. I literally could not move yesterday. I laid on the couch for most of the day and I did not eat anything at all until about in the 4 o'clock hours of the evening. So thanks to wifey, she hooked up my chicken soup. I said, what you in there cook, babe? She said, some soup may I make for you. I said, all right, thank you. And next thing I check on, it was my chicken soup, you know, with not heavy on no food or nothing. The most had like the carrots and them kind of thing there night. And that really, really helped me. But that's the only thing I ate. She made a small pot of soup for me, just for me. And that's the only thing I ate. It pays when you have a good woman in your house as well that's going to look out for you, because I was down, man. And I'm not the type of person to get sick. I haven't been sick in years. Years and years. Some people say it's because of the amount of shots that I got in the military. I don't know is what, but I don't get sick like how people get sick. So I don't get headache. Every now and then I get a lazy headache where I come and go, but I don't get like, I don't suffer from migraines. I don't have no kind of illness or anything. And I haven't for years and years and years. So that was scary to have like crazy diarrhea and then crazy vomiting and then crazy diarrhea and crazy vomiting. I thought, yes, something is really wrong. You have it. You have it. And you know, my mind went to the worst places because now I start thinking, who's going to take care of my family? Even though, you know, I have things set up, but I'm still saying, who's going to take care of my family? Lord, I hope me make it through this. I hope I know COVID me have. And this don't feel good. And feel like mega dead. You know when you vomit so much to when you feel like you're lightheaded so much, you floating, you're gonna pass out kind of feeling. And every muscle aches. My back hurt. My back hurts so bad now. Last night leading up to this morning, y'all better take care of your health, man. Pay special attention to your health. I'm not the one to shut down people's business because I know that people do food businesses for a living, but now isn't the time to be eating out from any and everywhere and all these kind of things. If you think about it, there are people out there who are doing food that don't even know that they're sick, right? And they're all over your food. And next thing you know, you sick at home like hell. So somebody said something about eating out. I didn't eat out. I ate at home. I was eating at home. I still get sick. It's a stomach bug. That's what the doctors say, a stomach bug that went around. Last night to this morning now, one little pain and man dead. you know what the women say, right? The women say, boy, when time them get sick, you know, it's like, but it's true. And maybe it's because we don't cry on sickness all the time. So you don't expect us to get sick. And we bear so much pain as men. You know, in the back of our mind, man not to cry and you not to be too soft. And so you muscle through. A lot of the times what the family don't know is that man is probably hurting in some way, you know. You muscle through regardless just because you're a man. You see it? And you know, lay down and yeah, man, I have a little headache and a little cold, but I can take two of them and go on and work same way. Whereas the average person is like, oh God, my head is killing me. I have to call in today. Oh, my belly is hurting. We rough through all that stuff. So when you see man like me lay down, it's because man like me can't do anything else but to lay down. So yeah, me dead and pain and lick me and me are dead or acting like I'm dying. Anyway, I get special attention to all that your little pot of soup, especially for you made, all them things that check on you very often, baby. Okay. Sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need that. So somebody say what? Sonia Unstoppable, thank you for being here. I missed you when you don't do morning thoughts, but I remember what you said about when you are not here. Yes, it's either I'm ill or I haven't been getting any sleep because I have a sleep issue on top of that. And sometimes I stay up. This is my schedule regularly. I wake up about 3:30 to 4 a.m. That's every day. When I wake up from 3:30 to 4 a.m., there are days, most days, where I actually go to sleep about midnight, 11, 12, them hours there. And I'm up again at 3, 4. And then there are days when I don't sleep. I stay up. I'll get up at 3, 4 today, and I'll stay up all day. And it will go into the next day and all night. And I'll stay up that whole night into the next morning and still do morning thoughts. The next day when I try to do that now, my body crash. So when my body crashes, you see me don't catch morning thoughts, it's because I did one of those 48-hour straight stay up kind of things. And them things that catch up with your body, you know. And of course, I'm not the youngest anymore. So it's not like some teenage thing that you can do and just bounce up and go again. It don't work that way. So I am having a problem like scheduling myself. Like I tell other people to relax. I tell other people to take it one day at a time. I tell other people don't stress out yourself. But in reality, I don't relax. In reality, I don't take it one day at a time. I'll be honest. And in reality, I overextend myself all the time. And I burn myself out all the time. So it's that I think it's more like that coming back to a civilian mind frame kind of thing. Because in the army, you function like you're a machine, right? And you're taught to function like you're a machine. And it's amazing what the mind can do. It will make the body do everything that it wants to accomplish in record time. So I'm still functioning that way, but I'm trying to function more like a civilian now, like relax. You don't have no mission to go on. Relax, take your time. You didn't get it done today, you did most of it, do the rest tomorrow. No, I'm still on. I didn't get it done today, but I get it done tonight. So I'm gonna sacrifice sleep. It's done by tomorrow. That's how it is. So yeah, relax yourself sometimes. Take some good time to just rejuvenate. You're not a machine. You're a person. All right, you're a person. Very, very sick, man. This morning, when I woke up, I actually woke up first around 2 something, and my clothes was wet. Took off my shirt. You could actually wring my shirt, and my house is chilly. Cause wifey have the AC going. Took off my shirt, hung it over the bathroom door, and put on another shirt. When I woke up again at 4 something, the other shirt wet. That's this morning, wet again. I had to change my shirt again. So, but I feel good. I feel good, but I was sweating it out. I don't know how. I don't know how, but it's working so far. I'm feeling good. I'm back. All right. Now, I just watched a video. I really want to talk about the Jamaican man them pickup lines, because I saw, remember we got into the Instagram this morning, seeing and talk about a couple of things. So the Jamaican man them pickup lines, I saw some stuff in there I wanted to go over, which is funny. And I'm sure a lot of y'all have been in contact with your either Jamaican man or been around Jamaican men, or you're a woman who grew up amongst them or dated them, married to one, whatever. But you know them pickup lines. Their pickup lines are very creative, right? So the audience is going to be interactive with this one. But before I go there, let me say something. Somebody from Clarendon contacted me yesterday and said, "So Flo, I'm from Clarendon. Can you please talk about the crimes that are going on? Because it seems like Clarendon has exploded in the last month or in the last 2 weeks, really." And I told the person, you know, I really don't want to talk because I've done countless videos on the crime stuff. But one of the things that's closest to me is farming, because I come from farming. Farm up the earth, plant food, reap what you sow, feed your family, sell some, pay your bills off of farming, right? I told y'all before, my grandparents have 6 kids, and they sent 5 of them to university off of farming. So we used to do big farming. All right. Somebody said, I can't show this on here. I can't show this on here, but it's a youth. And just like how they do now, everybody here braid up or plait up and, you know, them bleach out and tattoo up and all these things. Now, mind you, I got tattoos. I don't bleach. But the picture is gruesome. And this is a goat thief that was chopped to death in Rock River, Clarendon. And the car that he came with to thief the people them goat was set ablaze. If I show you this picture right now, YouTube would not only remove this whole video, they would strike my channel. So they do things on YouTube, like if you violate community rules as a creator, they can impose sanctions on you. Like I can't go live for the next 6 months or something like that. It has happened before. And I had to go live on my wife's channel or on the other channel, Brainflow TV. This youth, the way how they chopped him up is crazy. Yo, the man get a chop, right? Open up his whole back. Then there's another chop here that looked like it opened up his whole head from side to side. They pretty much chopped off his left arm, and another chop there that severed his waist and his lower back. Them well chop up that youth, you know. God, chop him up and strip off all him clothes off him and all kind of thing. You know, and this bring me to this. In this season, because we see this every year, the thief them and the killer them get real active because them want nice things. Just like how people who work hard want nice things, them want nice things too. They just don't want to work hard for it. And as much as I hear people talk about blame the government because the government don't provide enough job for the youth, them and this and that. No. So I'm going to tell you a story about Juba. Thief in Juba is who I call him. And I say this farming thing is close to me. And when farmers get robbed, it's close to me, especially when they get robbed in Clarendon, because I lived through it and I know it. There was a lady, first of all, who raised goats, and she have her daughters, and she's raising her daughters. She had do her farm and she raised our goat them and thing. Bad man in the area, the youth them in the area decides he's a local don, one of them. Young youth, you know, decides that they want the woman goat them because them have party. They want to have a street party and them want curry goat and rice. Well, the lady says she's selling goats. Them said them not buy no goat. Them a take goat. They took a couple of the lady goats. She didn't see no party. She went and made a report to the police. Nothing came out of it. This time now them have big party, big street party. They come back for the lady goat them. They took all the goats this time. Took all of the woman goat, kill the goat them, cook big cookout, sell food, whatever, curry goat. She went and told the police. And because she went and told the police, y'all remember that story, because she went and told the police, they went back and they killed her and killed her damn daughter for our goat them. So these youth, a lot of them don't want to work, and it don't matter what kind of job you provide them. They don't want to work. One of the worst things that ever happened to Jamaica, Jamaican culture, country people even, and I say country people because in the country we really wasn't focused on TV and them thing there. It was more like our town cousin them. So no matter what you offer them, they don't want it. They don't want to work. They don't want to earn nothing. They want to earn it the illegal way. TV. One time we didn't know how foreign people lived. But you see, because the internet and TV now, we know how foreign people live. And these people want the same thing. They want all the things them seen at the rap videos, and them want drive Maseratis too, and Benz and Beamer, and them want dress a certain way and names and all that. And the young boy them, that's what they want because that's who the girls them are look for, and just a freaked up mindset. Shout out to the young Jamaicans that are holding it down, that decided in their mind that illegal is not the way for me. I don't care about peer pressure or anything. Me will go and build my thing one block at a time. Big up to you for that and not getting involved in the foolishness. The way them chop up this youth here, it's sad and it's somebody's child. And I don't think we should be parlaying people's dead image all over social media, but this should be posted everywhere as a deterrent, as the possibilities of what could happen to you when you take on this kind of life. So thief in Juba. Now my grandfather, the man plant his fruits, vegetables, him plant him food, him yam, him cocoa, dasheen, banana, all around the place, breadfruit tree, banana tree, all kind of something. Orange, you name it, we had it. We weren't short of food at all. We supplied grocery stores, market people, we supplied food, right? You know, there's a youth in the area named Juba, and I remember when Juba started to bad. I think Juba dead by now. I remember when Juba started, I think him got Kingston and somebody kill him, shoot him up. He went to, this youth watched my grandfather, you know, and I specifically remember Grandpa used to offer them work. And he used to say, come give me a day's work, no? He wasn't begging them to come work his fields. He was offering them work, paying work. They wasn't into that. They were not into it. They didn't want to work. Now, when you watch a man wake up before the sun come up, I used to think my grandfather was Superman because the man used to walk off into the bushes with one machete swinging in his hand and he's whistling, and probably a whistle. Usually he's whistling a church song. And him gone, and I would watch him until his back just disappeared into the darkness. Now, us growing up a country there, in the thick bush, when it's dark, we thinking about stuff like rolling calf. We are thinking about stuff like Duppy in there, Duppy a go box me, and all kind of something. Then we have a family burial ground, grave plot, and he would walk towards the grave plot, in through the grave plot. Me not going there, so dark hours. So watch these people make these sacrifices, right? Every morning. And Grandpa go out there and him work. And sometimes, depending on what orders we had coming in, people would line up at our gate. Sometimes he's in the fields with 4 or 5 men and women. And sometimes it was 12, 14, 15 of them down there. And even more. When ginger time come, when yam time come, they used to export as well. So you have a crazy number of donkeys with hamper and just ginger coming from the fields all day. And then the big truck them come in with them big scale, you know, fancy people from town, and them come weigh the thing and tell you how much them are pay and all this stuff. You watch these people work that hard, right? Walk out them soul case. I mean, my grandfather works until him leave before we leave, early in the morning before we even wake up properly. And he come back after we come home, all day in the fields. And it was a joy to go to the fields with him on Saturday. He would take one of us, one boy each time. Or some, yeah, he never took the girls. The girls was with grandma. So we'd take one boy each time and we would see the runnings in the fields because school end Friday. So whoever get to go to the field with grandpa on Saturday is niceness. Sit down out in the field, he cook. They cook in the field, you know. Probably some tin mackerel and, you know, yellow yam called them plant yam. So you dig up the yam right there, so and them have them pot out in the field and them tree block and a fire and them cook right there. So when he's offering them work, he's also offering them food for the day. They don't want that. And them have them like a shelter built up out there in case rain start fall heavy or anything like that, or somebody need for rest and go take some time from the shade. They would have buy one big block of ice and them drop the block of ice melting so fast. They would have broke it up, drop it in a cheese pan, pick what we call bugger lime. They had some big lime, roll the lime, them cut the lime, squeeze them with brown sugar and water, and them yam and banana, and you know them call it what, flash out or dirty gal or tin mackerel. Good food in the field, and you're getting paid. Them no want that. This youth Juba watched my grandfather farm a whole yam season, right? And this youth waiting up. And I remember my grandfather saying, like the day before, him said, somebody in my fields, because him can tell. This youth wait till this man leave his fields and dig up almost every yam hill. Now, people, if you see the amount of yam that this youth dig up, of course he must have had company. But now that I'm grown and I think about it, he must have had a vehicle, an open back van or something, because there's no way they moved that much yam to carry it from where we live out to Christiana to the main market to go sell it. And my youth, that's just to show you the amount of work they will put in to do illegal stuff, to thief from hard working people. And you could imagine if my grandfather was to walk upon them in those hours when they were digging up his yam hill, they would probably kill him in his field, right? Just to silence him, because he knows them. They're from the neighborhood. So anyhow, Juba them dig up the whole of the man yam. Full up, yo, if you see yam, full up the thing, you know. And the thing that was hurtful to my grandfather, I remember, because when them man they dig yam, if you know anything about digging yam, you have to dig the yam little and feel with your hand, scratch out the dirt from around the yam, because yam is not just one straight piece or anything. Yam, especially the yam, my grandfather grew up, big yellow yam come out with some weird shape, big like so, broad like this. Sometimes grandpa used to go in there and just cut off a piece and said, that's for dinner for today, and leave the rest of it in the ground. When he's ready, he'll dig up the whole thing. So you have to like excavate yam when you dig yam. You can't just dig into the ground and dig yam. You will burst up the yam. When them was digging my grandfather yam, them bust up the yam them, because they weren't digging to say, I'm going to sell somebody a nice piece of yam. They're digging to say, I'm going to take as much of this as I can and go sell it at market. All right. I remember grandpa wake up early in the morning, check him feel. The big man, you know. I mean, I see my grandfather cry too often, and today he didn't really cry, but his eyes got red like he wanted to cry. It hurts. It hurts to take your time, to farm so hard, to work out there under the sun. And you know, Jamaican sun, you know, when that ready to pelt in, especially like summertime, and you out in the open field, back breaking, swinging a hoe all day, bending. Some of them young youth here can't even hold their hand up and swing it for 2 minutes straight. 120 seconds straight, them exhausted. They're, I mean, you know, too much smoking and drinking and them body no bill right no more and all these things. I watch this man swing machete for hours, swing hoe for hours, and you really got teeth this man thing. My grandfather went out to the market that morning, straight out to the market. And who did he see? Juba. Juba have big tarpaulin spread out. The amount, Grandpa said the amount of yam. Yam heap up and pile up. And I remember my grandfather being ticked off more because of the condition in which the yam was. The yam them bust up, that's all he kept saying, the yam them just bust up and split up, it don't even look, and it's his yam, and he knows it's his yam. The yam them bust up, and the youth that's selling it didn't even have a scale. So it's not like he's weighing the yam, kind of value the work that went into this organic food. Him just want to sell it. So him don't even have a scale to weigh the yam to sell the yam. Them thing that piss the man off more than anything. And for us, we were thinking, why I'm so worried about the yam bust up, the man thief yam, and why I'm so worried say never have a scale. And again, now that I'm older, I realize why. When you put so much work into something and somebody comes along and devalues it, like you can ask a price when your product come out pretty. You can ask a price and they can see, and you build your reputation of quality product that you bring to market, right? Now telling you why them chop them up like this, Quality product you bring to market, and you're known for SoFlo, where's SoFlo there? Because y'all know that's how we shop when we go market. Where's SoFlo there? I him have the good, I see the man yam them, and you come market every week. When you come for your yam, you're looking for me. That kind of thing. Them youth here, bust up, split up the yam. They just want to give it away for whatever they can get for it quickly, so they can leave market quickly and go spend it. I stand up on road corner, so for the rest of the day, roll up a thing, boomer, whatever the boomer, whatever them a drink, rum and whatever, whole day. Hey girl, that's their life. That's what they want. Ride around in car all day, or stand up on roadside all day, having stupid conversations. After you're done, rip off a hard-working person. Sacrifice so much to see your product go just like that. So they hold Juba out there in the market, and Grandpa say make him eat the yam, raw yam. Now if you know about yam scratch. You're gonna scratch up. You're gonna be itchy, and stuff yam in their mouth, And people beat him, and they beat him and beat him and beat him till police caught wind of what was going on and came and saved him. Mr. Man get them kneecap lick out with sledgehammer for stealing a local mechanic. I'm not gonna say a who, because I don't want the people them say me I talk up them business, but they gave a youth a chance and give him a job and a place to stay and all this. And the man basically had tools. His family invest in him, so him have tools come down from foreign. A big expensive heavyweight tool where can jack up all a bus and them something there. And this youth start thief out the man things and go sell them. And he's not selling it for no worthy price. He's selling it for whatever he can get. Well, word got back to the man. And the man go over which part him sell the things, go see all of his things over there. Sold at a very cheap price. Is a sledgehammer them use and lick out this man kneecap. I am sure if he is alive today, him still now walk normal. Because there's no way they could have reconstructed that to walk normal again. But that's what them forget. That is what they should get. Because those same people, when them ask you, come give me a day's work now. Kiss them teeth and gone, But give you a day's work. Yeah, I think slavery done, old man. Those are the answers. Slavery done, old man. Of course, they would try to maintain their respect. They won't say slavery done, Nowadays, them bright, them say it to your face, slavery done, old man. None of them something there. Farming field enough for we. And that's our thing there. But you willing to dig yam all night though. And you willing to carry that much yam on your back after I did the work to get the yam to grow like that. I kill you out there when I catch you here. And so that's what they did to this youth. Now, if you want to see the body, I'm a very observant person. And I'm checking the body. And this youth obviously just got his hair done. When Mr. got his hair done, it means that you can tell. When braid's fresh. When plait up fresh. So him plait up at the top and it's shaved off on the sides. And you can tell when him here. I don't know if him... I almost showed it. Boss up the man in every way. This is what you get. This is what you get. And that's the risk that they take and they're willing to take instead of going to look for a better way. So again, shout out to the youth them who holding it down, who not going the wrong way, because not just because you don't want this consequence, but because that's not your style. Yeah. Sometimes you might have to work harder than other people because you have to dig yourself up from a lower place. You know, we're born in tears. Some of us, our family were okay. Some of us, we come from squalors and poverty. And some of us, we come from well-off family. And then you have those from wealthy family, right? So if you come from way down here, so where you're coming from squalors, you might have to work harder than those who come from, say, mid-class. But do it. Do the work. It's going to pay off. Hard work always pays off. It might not pay off in your timing, and that's why you have to exercise patience, perseverance, dedicate yourself to it. Trust me, it's going to pay off. So that's the messaging of that this morning, man. Now, Irwa, while we on that, we're going to switch now to Jamaican men and their pickup lines. And hard work pays. Yes, family. Paula Mack says hard work pays. It does. Hard work pays off, and it will pay off all the time. For those of you who have a family member who you know is living this kind of life, you can show them pictures like these. Yeah. And shout out to my people from Clarendon, especially around my place there. I'm going to tell you this, and I say it all the time, and I've been proud of this since I was little. Before me even go foreign, I was proud of this, and I'm still proud of it. Because it's a place where if you go in there with your foolishness, you might not make it out. First of all, you better know somebody to go around there. And it's not because we kill people around there. It's because everybody knows everybody around there. And the people them still look out for each other. Even in times like these where people no longer look out for each other. And it's a wild, wild west thing. In that place where I come from, the people them still look out for each other. Somebody says something, somebody are gonna tell something, and if you come in there, come violate somebody, then y'all get minced up in there and you might not make it out, right? So that's our thing there. Love it, and it's still the same way. All right, this I found very funny. Let's start off with this, the pickup line thing. So this post, right, I'm going off my Instagram, just share some of the stuff that I've been going through with you. Big up yourself, Soulflow. I'm always watching your live and post, very informative. Jeffrey, thank you. Thanks for tuning in. So, Jamaican men need to be exiled, is what this says. Because the world not safe. This young man just tell me, say, me look good like when him across road. Where do they get these lines from? There are many other lines here that we're going to go through in a minute, right? Me look good like when him across road. We're 38 minutes into the hour, you know, so we have like 15, 20 minutes left. Oi, Luke Sergeant. Oi, sir. Oi, sir. Yeah. All right. So here what? This young man just tell me, say, me look good like when I'm across road. Where do they get these lines from? Now, there are other lines here. For those of you who don't understand, because sometimes people are like, so Flo, what does that mean? I mean, I speak patois, but I really don't understand. Me look good like when I'm across road. That's Jamaican man for you. Jamaican men are lyrical, okay? It is known. Me hear them say this already, say, a Jamaican man will talk you out of your panty quick, woman. So you have to be careful when you talk to them. And some of you just don't give them the time of day, especially if you're giddy-headed, because they get in there real quick, right? And our lyrics do it. And they actually pride themselves on this. And we on the outside might think that's corny. That couldn't catch nobody. But it catch enough people, even if it's just to start the conversation. You know you're real funny. You make me laugh. Conversation start. You're giving him a minute. 1 minute I got turned into 5-10 minutes. I got turned into panty come off. May I tell you? All right. So it's funny when I saw this on my Instagram. What he means when he says that, for those of you who don't know, you look good like when me across road. So when you're crossing the road, right, you have to look good. So you look left, you look right, look left again. That's look good. All right. You look so good, you make me have to do them kind of take you. You look good like when me across road. Yeah, you look good like when me across road. See? Now, if you're a woman on this live and hold on there, who this? Jatalian Rude Gal. Jatalian Rude Gal stopped me in my tracks because she is saying that. Big up on yourself, you know. Big up Moravia people. If you're from Moravia, then you're really, really close to me. As in, could be bloodline or definitely people are connected. See? So a family that. Big up Clarendon though, my place. That, for sure. All right, so here the one here now. My girl, you're full of line like hardcover book. Them full of lines like hardcover book. Oh, this a woman, the Jamaican woman I see him with. You hear what she tell the man? You're full of line like hardcover book. Sir, one told me this. Me love how you're big, you know. I was like, what? He said, no man, you're not fat enough. You're just chung. Body chung. That's not that strong. We're okay with a S. That's a T. Body chung. So and it's a known fact that it's Jamaican men, I would say Caribbean men really, but me find the Jamaican man them. You hear the song the other day, me love my fatty, pipe on the body, me love my. So the big woman in Jamaican culture has always been celebrated. That's one thing about us. So don't make no mistake about it. Not foreign woman where you see, fly go down. Or you see them in the States and they make sure they show up at all the Jamaican clubs and the Jamaican parties and get-togethers and carnivals and festivals. They know they have another motive because they know that there's good chances there's a Jamaican man there who her fatness, when her men are looking at her and thinking, nah, she need to go to the gym. Nah, that girl fat. I don't want no fat girl. Not a Jamaican man. Jamaican man not even gonna call you fat, you know, babes. Him gonna say, wow, your body chung, you know. You see it? So when the man say, tell her say she chung, yeah? What does that say to you? Your body chung. I work him, I tell her say, I want to work with that, you know, your body look chung, you know, my girl look like you're ready for you go to work, you know. You see it? So read the innuendos between the lines and stuff. All right? Tickers. I see that. Your brother said tickers. That's what them call it. All right, Morgan Mills says there ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. One watch me coming towards him and bust a rotted belt. And say, babe, you hear this now? Him say, babe, if no man never belch, when them look upon you, make them go. Cause you come in like a hot cup of tea on my stomach in the morning and bust up my gas. And from that day forward, I knew so them man is special. You walking down the street and a brother belch big. It frighten you, I imagine. And you had said, like, I want to him. Babes, watch out. If a man never belch so when you pass him, you see, make them man they go. You see it, you right now coming like a hot cup of tea. And me a belch a bust up all the gas off of me. Special we are. Special we are. All right. A few have been told, baby, your body strong like foundation. Would a creep up on you like dopey. Body strong like foundation. People at the foundation hold up everything. All right. The one said body strong like one woman said. A few have told me, baby, your body strong like foundation. With a creep up on your body like dopey. You see it? Yeah, you can imagine them a creep up on our body like dopey too. They are one of a kind. I tell you. Somebody said we bring the spice, no puns intended, the secret sauce, the excitement, that certain thing, that je ne sais quoi, according to the French, not exiled. You mean protected like an endangered species. As it is, there aren't even enough of us to go around. Generous estimates, approximately 5 million globally. Imagine, at those numbers, some women will go to their graves and never experience the awesomeness of a Jamaican man. Long live the yard man. Yo, my brother, them big up on themselves, you hear me? Because we are a special people. Trust me. The woman them special too, you know, but we're not going into that right now. Right now, we're talking about the man them and them pickup line. All right. Don't mind me, guys. All right. Here, yeah. The man said, boy, Jamaican girl, them full of shape like maths book. God made them special. Full of shape like maths book. Well, not bad. Boy, girl full of shape like, full of curves like round a junction there. Hear that one here. This one is funny. This one is funny. Boy, me tell a fatty, say, fatty, you got it. And if you punch on me patchy. that's a whole language in itself. Because and that's why I love patois too, you know. I'm glad to me learn patois because some Jamaicans cannot speak patois. Hear that again. Fatty, you got it, and if you punch on me patchy. That sounds like a whole different language. You got it, and if you punch on me patchy. You see it? But who know patois right now, I'm going to say rotted. The man said, fatty, you got it. And if you punch on me patchy. Yeah. Big granny. Fluffy. How that? Diane Thomas say fluffy. Them cat, yeah man, fluffy is the word. Well, fluffy. The man them now make and I have never seen my Jamaican brother them say, y'all big and fat and now looking in, you know they style big girls like in other cultures, especially like in the US or in the UK per se. Everybody want the perfect body, so they're carving up and cutting up and all this. Trust me, Jamaican man different because she gonna feel special. She gonna feel like she got a size 4 waist, and if at that the other girl feel good about, a Jamaican man is gonna make him big woman feel just the same, sexy. That's why them come out like that. You ever go on dance hall party and see how the big girl them come out, and some of you be like, oh, what that she have on? Yo, no sir, our friend them and a friend because them couldn't make her come outside look so. Me would have to tell her something. A lie you tell. She know why she come out look so. You might think me couldn't wear that, and your body is way smaller than her, and you weigh probably well proportioned, more shapelier because fear roll each side there so, and them something there big so, and it's a see-through something with a tongue, and and she a wine just like little girl, maga girl, just the same way. And what do you see? What do you see? You see a Jamaican man with a one drinks and a one spliff stay so. You must say, yeah, I'm all that right now, see? That skirt. Trouble. Yeah, I touch all them brethren and say, brother, I don't see that girl. That's how she look like. Take a one drink and I give her a one wine and see what can go on. Gonna make her feel good. Gonna make her feel good. She don't have no insecurities when I'm done with her. Now I know there are females on here that are saying, yeah, but them are the worst too when it comes but them are the worst too when it comes to other things. But we're not talking about the other things right now. Okay, we're talking about how they make a woman feel validated. How they make a woman know say, baby, you're sexy in all shape. Listen, here's the joke. I don't know if my wife on here this morning, and I hope she doesn't find this no offensive or nothing. But you know, wife just had children back to back, right? Trouble dead there. Wife just had children back to back, and she was very small when we first met. Matter of fact, from way back when till now, I always told my wife that, you know, you're beautiful and sexy and everything, but a few extra pounds wouldn't hurt. Then I look right? You still look right, but my preference, few extra pounds. Means love the outside, fell in love with what's on the inside, but at the same time, yeah, me not gonna be offended if you tick up. All right, fast forward 2 baby later, and me can't get enough now because I don't know, when she walk in at the house, it's like a rhythm a playing in my head where, you know what I'm saying, it's just like, I don't know, me hear dancehall music I play or something. Just the way she move and everything like that, cause the body thick now. See? She not fat, she thick. The body is thick and she look strong. Strong body, healthy girl. Very turned on now. See it? But me tell her, say, listen, and she's like, I'm not even comfortable with this weight and all this other stuff, and may I lose the weight and go back to being small. First of all, I say this. Cause me see man, I tell them woman after she have baby about you get too fat and all this. The woman bring you 2 kids, okay? And you want her to snap back in record time, and it don't work like that. The average time it takes naturally for a woman body to snap back after birth is a year to 2 years. A year to 2 years. But we're so conditioned to watch these stars and these celebrities. What star and the celebrities them do? They go to the doctor or they go to the places now that everybody is now discovering. Then go get the fat suck out of them belly and put in a them body and them hips and them breasts and wherever. So they come back looking like this right after they had a baby, and you're like, damn, how my wife can't snap back that fast, and Safari wife snap back that quick, and how, you know, man, I say you start watch these other people, and we've been conditioned as a people to think that love the woman in all phases of life, all sizes, especially if she's a woman that's living with you, loving you, giving you children. She's going to put on weight. She'll get really big. And especially in the last months of pregnancy done, she'll put on weight again. Now imagine a woman doing back-to-back babies, which is what my wife did. So she'll tell me she don't feel comfortable with the weight and all this stuff. And me make her know, say, I'm loving you in all sizes. And I'm going to enjoy each one of the size them where you put on. So when you get really, really small, that'll be me right there. When you get really, really big, that'll be me right there. When you're in between struggling with the weight, that'll be me right there. You understand? I'm going to love every part of it. Every part of all of it. It's just a different vibe now with the thickness. I can't explain it to you because I have to get too graphic. I want to leave my bedroom business in my house. But let me tell you, the thickness I work for her. Okay? The thickness is working for her. See? So, for the man them out there that get extra picky and all these things, love the woman them in all them sizes, man. Yeah? What wife is say? Every who have them stick a bush. That's an old saying. See? But love the woman in all them sizes. Because, and they're like a variety. Me a top talk. Before me go say too much. Them make differently. Yeah. You look good, so I'm off it. All right. We're going to pass that now. So now we're going to talk about the new way that they speak to each other. How that Omega Brown said, me see you full of lyrics. I'm a Jamaican man. And them thing here, we practice them thing here from we little enough. All when we walk to school and we are bridging them, we practice them thing here from we. May I stop? I true Omega Brown. I'm stopping. Hear this conversation right here between two. So this is if you can't keep up, then these are reasons why the new generation leave the old generation behind. And the older generation look at the newer generation like, are we regressing? Are we going backwards or what? Because I don't remember us communicating like this. All right? Watch this. Watch a joke here. Listen to this conversation good enough. Listen.
Like the evaluation of tranquility in our repair, bro. I've got the nominated still if you want to improve the concentration and the factor. Sorry for that, bro.
Your birthday, I go and talk. You're feeling economical terrestrial. You're feeling, bro. You're feeling very joyful and auspicious. Tell me, no, bro, you see me?
How on, bro? Everything scientifically good. Come on, you know.
So, I know, scientifically speaking, I'm kind of philosophical. You see me, because I kind of feel a bioluminous, pile. You see it like conjunctiveness. So, that's why I say, right now, do you feel too happy right now, dog? You see me?
Like the evaluation of tranquility in our repair, bro. I've got the nominated still if you want to improve the concentration and the factor. Sorry for that, bro.
Your your birthday, bro. On your birthday, I go and talk. You're feeling economical terrestrial. You're feeling, bro. You're feeling very joyful and auspicious. Tell me, bro, you see me?
Auspicious.
Oh, go on, bro. Everything scientifically good. You know.
So I know say scientifically speaking, I'm kind of philosophical. You see me, because I kind of feel a bioluminous low pile. You see it like conjunctiveness. So that's why I say, yo, right now, you feel too happy right now, dog. You see me?
I like the evaluation and tranquility in our repair, bro. I've got the nominate still. If you want to improve the conscience.
The man said me like the tranquility and the evaluation now work for you, bro. You have to go denominate this how they talk. This is how them talk. All right, I see somebody on here, and this is Luke Sargent. Luke Sargent said, Jatalian, did you know Miss Smith? All right, Luke Sargent, that means that you come from in my era, so you well know who me is. Me know who you is too. All right, sir, watch me. The other morning when I told the story about the teacher that would stand on the desk and beat you over your back, Luke Sargent here in the comment section, and Miss Smith made a talk about, brother. That's who I was talking about, Miss Smith. Miss Smith stand up on the desk and Miss Smith give me a book. Miss Smith beat me so hard that I actually memorized the book. I don't remember the book now, but for years after I left that school, the paragraph played in my head, and I still remember the first line. It was in the year 1860 that I made my first voyage, having joined a crew of sailing ship Termagant, a large three-masted schooner bound for the port of San Francisco. That I first line off by. This woman beat me over my back because me did it, and she gave it to me and she said, read. And every time I came upon this word, I would I read the word and then say, in what at? Until I read fluently. Matter of fact, I didn't even have to read the book no more. It just in on my head, right? So yeah, Miss Smith, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about Miss Smith. Miss Smith one time gave me a Christmas piece to recite. And you know, when Christmas show come around and these things, everybody's going to be there. The community is going to be there. You have to represent the school. You can't come out here and stand on front stage and look like an idiot so the rest of the community can think, yeah, be an idiot, them have up there, because them teacher picking them good, right? So uniform have to crisp and clean and everything. And me ready now, Miss Smith said, we're going through rehearsal, you know. Me never remember nothing about study when I reached home that particular day, because I had to memorize it for the next morning. Next morning, my daddy. Mine sharp Sergeant. Mine sharp Luke Sergeant. You are one of the youth that will run me down. Probably you are one of the youth that will run me down, you know. Listen up, people. I came back the next morning, see, and I'm going through my part, and Mr. Smith said, read through. So I read through. All right, put the paper away now and say it without the paper. So I put on my paper now, and I got ready to say it, and I'm itching and itching. This lady tell me to sit down on my desk. Me sit down. Remember me tell you how she used to climb up on the desk? So Miss Smith is a woman who hold on upon you. Are you? All right. So Miss Smith hold on upon me. I don't know why my internet is acting up. Internet are up. Miss Smith hold on upon me. Hold on upon my shoulder. Hold on upon my neck. Got up on my desk and stood in front of me, and she said, say your lines now. People, I don't know if you ever lived through this, but is you want do and pee up yourself, because I don't know, I just something did feel. And she said, say your lines now. And she have that day, I think she did have a strap, a brown strap. Say your lines now. You see, but she said, say your lines now. This time, mind you, she beat me like this before, So she said, say your lines now. This time, I started off with the first words as I shot right out the classroom. And the school is on a hill. And down school hill, me go. And me here, she said, get him. And out of nowhere, some bigger boys down the hill behind me. And they caught me. And they brought me back up to the school. And she did tear me up. She did tear me up. And in the meantime, she had beat me. She had me try to say this thing here. Now you're a picnic, you getting beaten and you crying, but you have to hold it together and still say your lines. All right, she give me a chance. After all that beating, she said next day if I come in and I better make sure so I can say it the way I'm supposed to say it. Needless to say, I came in the next day, no paper needed, nailed it with perfection. Me no want them lick there again. But it was Miss Smith I was talking about. So it's funny to see him here in the comment section and somebody else said they went to the same school and he's asking them if they knew Miss Smith. Miss Smith is legendary. All right. Just to make sure we're talking now, I'm not gonna tell out our family member them. We no can do that. If people mention stuff, I will with it. You know, these times we living in now, it's a shame that we can't even talk, you know, and say exactly where we come from and exactly who is who and what, because we just live in a crazy time. And people are look stripes or look for hurt people for no reason other than, so I kind of don't really broadcast my place too much. I just say Clarendon and leave it at that, you know? So that's the reason why Miss Smith, she give it to all of us. I'm telling you, Miss Smith was no joke. Miss Smith is legendary. Rest in peace, Miss Smith. She's legendary. See it? In them time there, you should have remember Juba them too. Juba and Courtney. Juba was Courtney's older brother. And them kind of something there. All right. So moving right along, right? I don't know if y'all remember the story about the grandmother, 81-year-old grandmother, and the two grandkids, 10 years old and I believe 6 years old. Now, I don't know who could be so wicked, but they kick off the door, shoot up the grandmother and the children, killed all of them. See? It was disturbing to me where I couldn't even find words. I couldn't even find words as to who would be able to and why someone would. Right? The chat has frozen. Somebody said, I don't know why. All right, give me a thumbs up or a yes and go. Give me a go. Let me know if the chat's frozen. All right, I think it's the up. All right. That's one. I need a couple more. It's good. Can you hear me? I can't see you now. Chat good. Chat good. Nardo will. Thank you. All right. Thumbs up. All right. So I don't know who would like kick off a door. To think how heartless that is. Thanks for the response. The chat is fine. Babe, you're there all this time here. Me a chat and you not say nothing. So wifey is here. All right. Thank you. Now the whole story with the old man. We're not gonna talk about that story there. Just the sadness of living to be 81 years old and then somebody come kick off your house door where you're chilling, sleeping with your grandkids and take your life, you know? But the picture on the star, on the Gleaner yesterday, of the father, as the father collapsed, you know? See? So yesterday was funeral day. Yesterday was funeral day and the father collapsed. His two children and his mom. Boy, what them say, trouble not set up like rain. Sometimes when you think you have problems, you know, and you have grief and you have sorrow, that's why I always say, look on somebody else's life. It will motivate you a little bit to push on through the little ant pile that you're going through, the little ant hill that you're going through, and you're so flustered about it. Somebody else has climbed Mount Everest. You know, this is how I equate this, because I can't imagine having to bury my two daughters plus my mother on the same day. This is something that would drive you crazy. You know, they say that each one of us are not far from a complete mental breakdown, and all it takes is 2 to 3 catastrophic events happening in your life back to back to back, and you're there, totally break. Yes, sir, mentally. So if you see the man throw down himself and they say he's faint, he probably threw himself down and then went unconscious, or he went unconscious and they laid him down there. But if you see him lay down on the ground, so It's sad. And people want me to talk about this killing thing. I don't know, y'all, man. It's disheartening. It's not gonna stop. I'm disappointed. I'm highly disappointed in, and I'll keep saying it again, I'm highly disappointed in the Prime Minister because of his lack of, I'm not blaming him. I'm not saying he's the one who is responsible for, and I am surely not taking the blame off the people, because I've said this before. If a plane fly over Jamaica and drop 10,000 guns and 1,000,000 rounds of ammunition, if the mindset of the people is not to use those guns and ammunitions to kill each other, then there would be no murder still, no matter how many guns were there. There would not be this type of, but government job is to govern, yeah? And government has the responsibility to lay down the law, even if they have to do it brutally. The law of the land must stand. And to see how calm the Prime Minister is through all this, or how nonchalant. I'm still waiting for the crime plan that's actually going to really tackle the killings, and be effective. I still not see it yet. Zoso and SOE, them things they not work. They're not working. In the middle of Zoso, Zones of Special Operation, for those of you who don't know, or SOE, State of Emergency. In the middle of State of Emergency, man march go right in. At which part people live, go kill them. Surrounded by police and soldier and walk out. Killer not caught, people dead. And it continues to happen. So these things aren't working. And it's also making a bunch of the youth them like more aggressive and more bent on revenge. Because when you take a youth and lock him up for 3 months straight, have him living in dog conditions for 3 months straight, not even dog nothing live so, and he didn't do nothing, and then you just pat him on the shoulder and let him go. How often are you going to do that before the people them start talking, yo, them want revenge, or them pissed, or them mad? So you have to come up with something better than this. You know, it's just sad. It's sad. I don't see no end in sight for it. I was hopeful at first. I'm still kind of hopeful. But I really thought that Andrew Holness was going to come and actually do different. And let me exit this part by saying this. If you come and you do the same thing that all the other leaders did before you, then you're doing nothing. You're doing exactly what all the others did. They came, they held that position, a prestigious position, Prime Minister of the country, a very prestigious position. That is the top of the top. You come, you hold that position, you earn all the money you can make, you put yourself down in the history books, you accomplish for you, and then you leave. You made no changes. I am waiting for the leader that's going to come and turn everything upside down, put it on its head. When other countries say, yep, if you reinstate the death penalty, we're going to sanction you. One new leader for say, sanction me, hold the sanction. Put the sanction up as so. We're going to fix the place like this and actually do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for the leader who's going to come and say, CCTVs everywhere. No. Matter of fact, don't build no more road. Don't put up no more hotel. Don't put up no more buildings, fancy, nothing. Secure the safety of the place first. CCTVs everywhere. No. Every stoplight, every unseen central monitoring point for all these CCTVs now. I'm waiting for the person who's going to say, DNA database established now. Don't do anything else. Do it now. I'm waiting for somebody to say, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're letting all these things and them just sit down. And then they come, dress up nice in a tailored suit and give big speech with some long words, confuse up most of the people and go on about their business. back to their fortress, back to where they're safe and they're fully secured. And majority of the people them living in fear. Because even the people them who talk about me not fear of nothing, you're lying. You're lying because you can't walk road at night everywhere. And I know it's in every country there are places where you can't walk road after a certain time and all that. But come on, man. For Jamaica now, that's everywhere. Unless you live up so. And you know what I mean by me say up so. But that's for the majority of the country now. People lock up in them house after certain hours. Every house have to make sure it have on burglar bars. We start to glorify the burglar bars and lie to ourselves and tell ourselves that it look good upon the house. No, a thief, you know, want thief come in and kill you in the night. That's what it is. So we fashion the burglar bars, them boy, we take struggle and we make struggle look good. Because we fashion the burglar bars, them and now it look like some nice designs and all this. When what we're doing essentially is we're barricading ourselves into our own homes. I'm tired of it. But like I said, I have way more tired to go because we've been talking on SoFlo TV about this now for 5 years. My first video I did was 5 years ago when I said, Jamaica, let's have a talk. You can go YouTube it and say, Jamaica, let's have a talk and see how I looked differently and what I was saying 5 years ago. And 5 years later, half of a decade, we're still here, still saying the same thing, and nothing has changed. Matter of fact, it's gotten worse because now the killer them thinks that, let's see who can really be the most gruesome when we do these things. Oh, you shot a one man. That's nothing, dog. That's nothing, man. Cooler than you. Oh, march in a church and slap down pastor right when him preach. Oh, and they've done it. They've done it. I remember when I did the video before that and I said, wow, them kill a man right behind the church and lean up in body upon the church and left. So I said, wow, like where are they going to go next? Them all got in that church go kill people now. And I swear to you, 1 week later, in the church when pastor preach, slap it down. And I know people get offended, slap it down when me say, why do you say slap it down or dash it away and why do you say it or? It's because I want you to understand the callousness of the actions because that's what they think when they're doing this. Nobody that looks at another human being and thinks caring, loving, man, if somebody picking that. If me cut him, blood I go run. If them cut me, blood I go run. You understand? If I slam a bullet into his body, he's gonna die. Me no want kill. Nobody is going to kill you thinking that. When man come to kill them, I think of you as a it, a something, not a human. And them said dash way because that's what happened. You just literally like how you just crush up a paper and just dash way. You just dash with somebody's life just like that. So I use those callous words for a purpose. I know they offend some people because I see them in the comment section getting all emotional. You don't me not worry about pleasing you. Worry about the people them that have to live like this constantly. After a while, that thing that take a toll on your nerves. Just a traumatized set of people. And it affects everybody. It affects everybody. When I'm locked up in my house, I'm afraid to go outside. It affects me. It starts to take a toll on your mental state. You see, when the children them have to witness this level of violence at such young ages, a lot of them in their household, it affects them for life. Majority of them will never get any grief counseling. Majority of them will never get any self-counseling to deal with their other issues, the anger and the violent tendencies that start to develop because as a young age, yo, them kill my daddy, me I kill somebody. Somebody have to dead for this. Young youth, set that in their mind from early because you took away his main protector provider, right? He ain't getting no grief counseling. Him not getting no nothing. He is just left to spiral out of control. And then we see him at 20 years old, 19 years old, talk about him at done in my locker area. Every girl around here saw for me. Everybody around here saw pay me taxes. And he's acting in such a manner where you know the death, that the grave or prison is in his near future. We just scratch the surface by saying, on the need for change on the ways, youth. Yeah, okay. You could pick leaves off the tree all you want to. That bad tree will stay there, right there. You could chop branches off. There are many more branches. You have to go dig up that tree there from the root. You see? You got to dig that tree up from the root. And the leaders are not getting to the root. Us as a people, not getting to the root. So the thing's serious. The thing's serious. And it affects all of us, whether you live there or not. As long as you're a person that visit the island, you're affected. Because you flying into the island, my idea of flying into Jamaica is what it used to be for me. Me used to fly in. Me used to go sit down upon wall. Me used to stay out late. I'll come in next day. All these kind of things. Can't do all that no more. Can't do all that anymore. You're afraid. You tell yourself you're not afraid, but you're afraid. Because them people are out on road, them hot foot, they're not taking no check from nobody. And when they're ready to kill, they're ready to kill. And people are getting killed for some stupid stuff. You know? It's just been getting worse. 5 years now, me I talk about it. And I ain't seen no changes. None. I've actually seen it get worse. So take that to Andrew Holness and tell him to let that be his legacy. Imagine if that would be your legacy. Your legacy is you're the person that came and stopped 2 decades worth of murderers at over 1,000 a year. You're the person that came and fixed the system in a way where murders in the country are unashamed. It should be ashamed when you look at other islands, other Caribbean islands. We should be ashamed when we look at other Caribbean islands and their numbers. What is it that they're doing that we're not doing? Well, study their system, study their government, study how the place is run, and you will realize and you will understand why. That's right there, man. I'm going to leave you with one more before I go. There's this thing out here where...
With all the details this morning. Good morning, James. To the latest on the COVID vaccines, a major airline CEO saying eventually all international passengers will be required to show proof of vaccination. This is raising new questions on how far vaccine rules will go. Our James Longman is in London with all the details this morning. Good morning, James.
You heard what he just said?
Good morning, Michael. Yeah,
let me rewind that for you.
On the COVID vaccines, a major airline CEO saying eventually all international passengers will be required to show proof of vaccination. This is raising new questions on how far vaccine rules will go. Our James Longman is in London with all the details this morning. Good morning, James.
Good morning, Michael. Yeah, COVID-19 has already taken so much from us, not least the chance to go on vacation. But just how will large numbers of people feel safe getting back on a plane again? Well, one airline is saying you may have to have the vaccine before they let you fly.
Overnight, one of the world's top airlines, Qantas, has announced all international passengers may soon be mandated to start getting the COVID-19 vaccination in order to fly.
What we're looking at is how you can have a vaccination, a passport, an electronic version of it that certifies what the vaccine is it acceptable to the country you're traveling to.
The CEO of Qantas saying he expects other airlines to now follow suit.
Talking to my colleagues in other airlines around the globe, and I think it's going to be a common theme across the board.
And we could soon see similar requirements in other parts of our lives.
Airlines, businesses, and schools are going to be concerned about legal liability if anybody contracts COVID-19 on a plane or in a school or at a place of employment.
Essential workers will likely be required to get the vaccine, but the pushback against forcing people to take vaccines could be fierce. According to a recent study, half of Americans say they aren't willing to take an FDA-backed vaccine.
There are going to be many lawsuits from people saying, I don't want to take that vaccine, but it might be very difficult for them to prevail on these lawsuits.
There's also talk of an app on your cell phone that'll function a bit like a COVID passport. It'll have details of your inoculation as well as details of the travel restrictions in place in the country you're heading to. There's a lot of new stuff to get used to. Michael?
It'll be interesting to see what the public response will be to that, James. Thank you so much.
All right. It'll be interesting to see what the public response will be to that. So if you think you're not going to be affected, check it. So people like me now, who love going to, say, Jamaica or traveling anywhere else so much, when you decide that, hey, I haven't seen my family in how long, or hey, somebody passed away, me have to go down, go to a funeral, go pay my last respects, blah, 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 and you can't get on a plane because you're one of them who kept saying, man, I'll take the vaccine. I don't care who they or how they do it. And then you're backed into a corner where, like, in order to attend your mother's or your grandmother's funeral, you're going to have to get vaccinated. Yeah. Somebody just said, so Flo, are you surprised? Not at all. Not at all. I'm not surprised at all. I say less because I host the platform and I know, read between my lines, I say less because I host a platform and I know that it is high visibility target for someone to spin the narrative and make this platform disappear, saying that we are pushing an anti-anything agenda, right? I like to leave the discussion open so you, the people, can speak with each other about it. And in the comment section, I see where people say, I already made up my mind to take it, so I'm not worried about that. Then I see a lot of other people saying, I'm not taking that stuff. Hell no, them take it first. But I'm asking you now, so what are you going to do? What are you going to do with your children when school says they have to have it to come in? What are you going to do when it's time to go to a wedding or on vacation or go see your family members or attend a funeral or any family function gathering and you have to get on a plane to go do so? What are you going to do then? Are you prepared to isolate yourself? I want to know because it might help me. Are you prepared to isolate yourself for life? If your decision is to not take it, are you prepared to isolate yourself for life? And look how they're tracking. The tracking plan is the app, you know, that would be on your phone. And the app will have all your updated information. When you took it, what dose you're on. He's only had one dose. His second dose is supposed to be this date, blah, blah, blah. Approved by. Somebody said, call it a day. I don't want it. The lovely T says they are going to force it. I'm not taking it at all. Lord knows. Listen, they're going to, if they force it. Well, in case you don't remember, a week ago I did a video where I explained to you the plan, right? They made it public information. I forgot the entity. It's an entity that governs law, and the law, the lawyer's profession located in New York City. And they've been around for a couple hundred years. Or I believe it's 140 something years or something like that they've been around for. They're pretty established and have some very influential people in it. And what they put forth was, initially, when the vaccines come out, they're going to leave it up to the people. They're going to do a campaign. And the campaign is to educate the people about the vaccine as well as to lessen their fear. So more people will understand more about the vaccine and get vaccinated. This is why you see the ramped up leaders. Joe Biden just took his vaccine yesterday on television, and he's about to step into the presidency. Well, he is now officially stepped into the presidency. There's nothing more that Trump can do after the 21st was yesterday to counter that. So now you see celebrities and world leaders of government and influential people willing to take it in public. We had Shaggy Mr. Bombastic, Shaggy, came out and said, line me up, I'm first, I'll take it. You know, you had Andrew Holness said that, you had Jamaica's past prime ministers also joined on board. Bruce Golding and PJ Patterson, they all said they're on board and they're going to take it. So you see this is exactly what they planned. And I told you that because it's published. This is not me guessing and doing some conspiracy theory stuff. They laid the plan out in front of us. I brought the plan to you. A lot of us don't have time to read through fine print. We only see what's on social media. So I read through articles and fine prints and I find out what's going on and I bring it to you, right? And I give you the link so you can go look it up yourself. The plan was, or is, to leave it to the decision of the people. Go ahead, take the vaccine. However, in the event that enough people don't voluntarily take this vaccine, then they have another plan. And the other plan is to make it mandatory. They haven't gone into how mandatory it's going to be, as in, is it going to be every single person is required to take it, or is it going to be mandatory for getting on a plane, mandatory for participating in this kind of an activity, mandatory for working at this type of a medical facility, or et cetera, et cetera. I've heard them just say that every first care responder, every essential worker should be vaccinated. I work in occupational therapy, so this hits close to home. And I work in long-term care facilities where vulnerable elderly adults live. A lot of them live out their last days in these facilities that I take contracts to work in. So is it going to be one of those cases where I'm going to be faced with the reality of, am I going to switch career fields? Or am I going to take this vaccine and keep on trucking? This is close. This is not fantasy. This is our reality. They're talking about tracking you by an app. And if you want to fly, airlines banding together, and like somebody just said, the airlines always band together, because you hear what they're saying? If you come on a flight and they don't test people and you get on a flight and people get sick on the flight, then that airline company is already thinking there can be hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of lawsuits against them for flying people who don't have this vaccine and getting people sick. But here's my thing. If I'm on the flight and I don't have the vaccine, but everybody else on the flight has the vaccine, then how them get sick? If I'm on the flight and I have it, and everybody else on the flight, if I'm on the flight and I have COVID, and everybody else on the flight has the vaccine, answer my question. Answer my question. If I'm on the flight and I have COVID, and everybody else on the flight has their vaccine, and I don't have the vaccine, how them get sick from me? You see what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. But now you can see it clearly for yourself. And like I say less. I say less. I have to be very skilled in how I deliver whatever material I bring to you. That's why enough time I like going in some pato and telling us like, you know what I said, pre the thing different. Read between the lines kind of stuff. Because you could get some information in there over some people's head who ain't really paying attention. They came for a short video. Soulflow talk too long. Me tired, me gone. Or Lord Soulflow, they type in the comment section, you chat too long, you could have make a video shorter. You see, we cover multiple topics, but there's information in here where you need. I work in the field of occupational therapy, man. I haven't been in the field in a while, meaning I haven't been in the field since we came home. Me and Brains came off the road, I believe it was January of 2019. No, 2019, be about 2020. Must have been somewhere in there. So I lost track of time because I just work. That's what I do. I work. I don't even pay attention to time. But I got off the road and something said to me, that's why I feel like I am being guided divinely, because something said to me, get off the road, stop taking these contracts, and find another way. You have other businesses outside of this. Pour your all into something that's going to allow you to stay home and spend more time with family. This is way before COVID. And I said, you know what? I'll be gone for like 18, 13 weeks at a time, sometimes 3 months, 6, 9 months. 9 months before I come home, I'm missing my son's football games, and he's excelling at football, and I'm missing his games. I'm missing seeing my children grow, all this, so I'm gonna do it. And after I did, and I poured my all into it, and things started flourishing online to where I could say, yeah, I could really stay here and work offline. And everything is taken care of. Lifestyle don't have to change or anything like that. Boom, this comes in. And you're going to be quarantined and you have to lock down. And this place is locked down. And Texas is running rampant with COVID. And I just came from Texas. And I'm thinking, wow, I would have had to gone into it in order to make a living. So I'm very thankful that whatever intuition that was, that you want to label it as, I call that the Most High guiding me. I don't know what you want to call it. But whatever intuition or whatever you want to call it, it saved me. It saved me. Because I don't have to be out there. But with this thing extending, am I looking at making a career change? Or am I going to take the vaccine and get back to work? Dilemma. And a lot of you are going to be in the same dilemma right now, starting right now. We're going to end the video right here. You got a lot to think about. You got a lot to think about, because I know you thought you could skirt around it, but as they implement more things and new things and put it in different places, you will start to find yourself boxed in to where your choices will become less and less. So let's see. Let's see. It's all good you're saying no now. But if you're not independently employed, if you're not an entrepreneur, then you're going to probably be in this. Even the girl that runs the cash register or the guy that runs the cash register at your local store could probably be in this, because they will force it up on the stores and say stuff like, hey, your cashier stands here while hundreds of customers, thousands of customers pass her all day. She's a prime candidate to just be given this stuff out if she or he is affected or infected. So all your employees need to be vaccinated. So you might think, I just cash register me run. Me not work in a medical field, so me good. What? I gotta take it for what? I run a cash register. Yeah, but thousands of people pass you per day, and you could be giving it to them. Hey, just take the shot. Either that, or we're gonna have to hire somebody else to do the job. That's what it's gonna come to, basically. Let me close this video by saying this. I hope, I pray that there are a whole lot of people who want to take the vaccine as they come out. And I hope it is so many that they get twice the numbers they were looking for and they're satisfied and it ends there. That's what I hope. But we'll see. Have a wonderful day. I'll catch you on the next video. If God spare my life and if I'm healthy enough to be up and at it in the morning. Continue leaving your comments and continue having these conversations. I will be reading the comments and replying to you in the comment section below. All right? Bless up, people. One love. Peace.